What is anti-white? This term has exploded in usage in the last year or so. And while the meaning is obvious and relatable, I think, to most English speakers, I wanted to make a video going over more specifically what this term is. Any notion, idea, or practice that denigrates or leads to the harm of Western people and Western civilization. That could be about anything though, right? Well, the sad truth is, yes. Anti-whiteism is in almost everything around us. By far the most common kind of anti-whiteism is white erasure, which is the negation of the very idea that white people are even people at all, and the removal of white people from white things, like history. You've heard this kind of anti-whiteism your whole life. Phrases like, love is blind, or we all bleed red, or there's only one race, the human race, or race is just skin color. These harmful ideas, unfortunately, have been part of our language for generations. Movies, comic books, video games, television have pushed these anti-white ideas into our minds from childhood, all under the guise of being high-minded moral concepts. Teaching young white children that they have no race, no people, no culture, and that the best identity they can possibly have is just a skin color doesn't sound moral to me, does it to you? The anti-whiteism doesn't stop there. Sadly, it's become overt in the modern era. How often do you see a non-white person paired with a white person in advertisements? How frequently do you hear celebrities, politicians, and the news media talking about how white people are ignorant of the needs of other races and need to be more sensitive or supportive to the non-whites in their countries or to the immigrants crowding their cities? This more direct, overt kind of anti-whiteism wants to erase white people entirely from their own countries, or even worse, paint all white people as a negative force for all humanity. Phrases like institutional racism, reparations for slavery, we're a nation of immigrants, the melting pot, or perhaps worst of all, white privilege. So now that you know what the word anti-white means and what forms anti-whiteism can take, well, how should you use the word? Anti-white and anti-whiteism can be used in many ways. Anti-white is best used as an adjective to describe anything harmful to white people and Western civilization, such as, Disney is anti-white. It might have been wholesome once, but it's certainly anti-white today. Or, did you see that disgustingly anti-white Coca-Cola commercial last night during the game? Also, anti-white can be used as a noun to signify when a person or character is overtly anti-white or acting in such a manner, such as, this anti-white in my history class keeps going on about how white people stole everything from non-whites. Or, I used to like that show until the new writers turned both the main characters into anti-whites. Anti-whiteism is used as a term for both the ideas and practices that harm Western people and as a replacement for the anti-white word racism, such as, I'm working with my preacher and youth minister to keep the anti-whiteism out of our church. Or, I'm being victimized by anti-whiteism at work. My boss openly makes fun of white men, and I know that's why she gives me all the worst assignments and never recommends me for promotion. I hope this video helps you better understand the terms anti-white and anti-whiteism, as well as encourages you to use those terms with people in your life. No people should be victim to erasure, and that includes white people.